Let me get my stuff together here like I always do this time. Oh, I'm in the wrong place over here. Great morning, y'all. Great morning. Great morning. Give me a second here, and I'm with you. You know how I always gotta find stuff here. So, give me a second here, and everything will be on. I got a special guest today, y'all. I'm hoping this thing. I'm hoping I'm live here. I gotta find myself because I ain't seeing myself yet. But we got a special guest. She's the librarian, head librarian from the director. Well, she's really the director of the Newark Public Library. There we go over there. Okay, good. All right, so let me shut this down over here because I don't need that going. I don't want to take up no more space. Good, 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 good. So before I get started, listen, we're past the mid-year terms in school. We passed all that. Have you seen your kids' report card? Have you talked to somebody at the school, find out what's going on? What are you going to be doing? What direction are you going to be taking for the remainder of the school year with your child at school, so you can make sure that they get what they got to get at the end of the this school term. So you got your folder, you got your paperwork, you got all the stuff you need. Have you called, checked in? This is midterm. We're past midterm. Check in with your people. Make sure you are communicating with those people. Everybody you got to communicate with. All right, what's up, Braxton? I see you out there. All right, we're gonna get started here real soon. Let me put this thing here. This is who we be talking to here. All right, now let me see. I'm gonna without any delay, I want to bring in here our special guest, the director of the Newark Public Library, Miss Tanya Taylor, Director Tanya Taylor. But make sure we put that on the website. We got to get all that that we need in there. How are you today, Miss Taylor? Miss Director Taylor.
Good. Good morning. How are you, James?
Great, 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 great. I'm glad you agreed to come on today because I think it's important that all of our leaders and people who take care of things in our community are known by the people in our community and know who to go to if they need to. And lot of our leaders from around the county have came on already, and I thank you for coming on. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. For those who don't know, again, I'm James Shule. This is Saturday Morning Coffee Talk, and now we got the director of Newark Public Library, Miss Tanya Taylor, and we're going to get ready. We done disappeared here. Hold on, y'all. We're back. We're good. Listen, technology is something, y'all. It'd be scaring you. It'd be scaring. Y'all know I have enough of my issues with technology. All right, so here we go. Without any delay, I'm gonna give the mic right to you, Tanya, and you can if you want to tell people a little bit about you. I put out there already from Buffalo, live in Canandaigua, with the BU, got a husband and two kids. Let's three kids.
3 kids.
Okay, excuse me, I made a typo. All right, without any delay, the show is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Like James said, I am from the city of Buffalo, the heart of the city of Buffalo. So before arriving to Newark, I worked in Geneva for 16 years as a youth services librarian, working with teens and children all the way to birth to teens. So currently I live in Canandaigua with my 3 kids and my husband, and I commute every day into Newark. So why did I get into library? Is that what
Yes,
your questions?
yes.
Asked me this like 20 years ago, I would have told you, libraries are never going to be around. So it's a funny story. I kind of fell into the career. Basically, I was a page in Buffalo and I was going to school for my undergrad, and someone mentioned you should go to library school, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go to business school. I mean, I'm gonna go to do something with my business degree or whatever. And I graduated, nothing ever happened. It's hard to get jobs out here. So then finally, I decided to go, and I worked as a page, a clerk, and then when I became a librarian, I worked with this awesome department in Buffalo Erie County, which was the outreach program where we did the bookmobile and the Ram van. And from there, the reason why I kind of fell into it, I come from a family of educators, and all of my sibling and my parents were all teachers, and I would hear stories about, you know, how bad it is, and the kids don't want to listen, and you know how the situation is in school.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make it, they don't make the learning, the education, a little bit more like fun or interesting. It's like just putting all that information, just digging it into them. So anyway, they wanted I wanted to be an educator. And I was like, well, you know what? Being a librarian is an educator. And you know what? We can educate in our own way. We don't have like these restrictions or course or syllabus and stuff that we have to follow. We can teach people a lot of things when they're ready and when they want to do it, and we can do it in a exciting way, different learning styles, because everybody have different learning styles. So that's what made me stay in the career, is because every day is a teaching moment, even for myself and others. So like not only do I work as the library director at Newark, I'm also an adjunct librarian at FLCC Community College. Um, so, like, I'm always trying to educate and explore every career as far as in being a librarianship that I can. So, anyone can do it, you know. You just gotta love to learn. If you love to learn or you love to be around people, because being in a public library, you definitely have to be a people's person. You have to be able to talk to people. And yeah, so that's how I got here.
Great, 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 great. Listen, you gave me a lot. We got a lot to unpack right there. That's a lot to unpack. That's passion. That's passion. That's dedicated. That's really good. I mean, you've been in this for a little while. So you said a couple of things. I don't speak library terms. I'm sorry. I don't speak library. Okay. So what's a page? Is that what I said right?
Right. So page is a position that some libraries will offer, and that is basically a high school kid, or high school age. Sometimes it could be an older adult, but usually we hire younger kids, and their job is to just reshelve. So books or items that come back into the library,
Hmm.
they take them and they put them back on the shelf according to the Dewey Decimal, the LC call number. It all depends on what that library actually used to organize their collection.
So now that leads me being an advocate for young people. All right, that I have to throw my advocate hat on right now, and I got to ask you the $1 million question right now. Does Newark have any pages for the
So
library?
unfortunately, they don't. So Newark, before my time, had decided a long time ago to not have that position available. So we only hire library clerks. We do have library clerks. They're not high school, but they have to at least be, a graduate of high school to, work there. But that was a decision that was made prior to me coming to Newark. So sorry about
Well,
that.
I'm not going to put you on the spot right now with it, but I'm going to say this much right now. Well, you and I, as you being a former page, we could have a talk sometime. 'Cause I really would like to know your position on a page coming to Newark, because our young people are always looking for things to do and ways to be involved, and we got a lot of great young people here in our community that I think that gets overlooked a lot of times, and things like this would be beautiful.
That was the one question I had for you, James. Do the community offer in the summertime the workforce development?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And she may be watching us. She may be watching us.
Because I'm so used to working with the workforce development in Geneva that I think that will be our opportunity to get kids into the library working. If I can work with the workforce development, they can have some kids work over the summer where they can, be our page and help out. So that'll be great.
I just made a note. And if any of those people that's involved with the workforce development here in Wayne County is watching, you heard it. You heard it. We're on notice, as we like to say. This is your call out. That's what. Let's make you. We talk. No, no, seriously, because you know how it is. We always say what we want to do. Then opportunities get presented. Then we say then we turn to the butts.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that ain't happening. So we're going to talk about this here. And I think this is something we may be able to see happen this summer, or at the very worst next summer.
that is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for youth to kind of learn, if this is their first job. And usually workforce development, that's their first job, and you're actually, teaching them, how to be there on time, what is expected, what is not expected, how to dress. So I think that's like a great program, and I would love to work with them.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna. I am going to see what we can do to make that happen. I
Thank
definitely will. So I will be. We'll be talking more on that right there. Now, you another word you used when you was describing so your path. You said something about an adjunct something.
Yes. So I'm a part-time adjunct, which means I'm not like full-time. It's kind of like it's not a sub, but I have a like a regular schedule that I work at FLCC.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Uh, do tell more.
Well, I just recently started the job. I love it so far. Basically, I'm at the reference desk. I help people with the reference questions. There's
Hmm.
also like other duties, far as projects and stuff that we do. So it's a different experience, different clientele. The whole environment is just so different than the public. So this is my first time actually working in academics. So
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
would have to keep you an update on that one.
We definitely gonna stay in contact, though. We got work to do now. You don't let the cat out the bag. We got some things we're gonna be working on. All right. Now I know you're really pressed for time, so there's a bunch of things I want to ask you. So I'm gonna ask you one thing. One of the most important things I want to ask is what you doing. What y'all got going on in the library?
um, there's always a lot. Um, as far as being an administrator, I have a lot going on right now with because our fiscal year is from June to July. So right now I'm in the process of getting our budget together so that way it can be ready for the school vote. On top of that, just dealing with the day-to-day administration stuff. I try to like get myself out of that pile of administrative stuff and try to be out there to try to be involved in programs, which I want to just bring up. I am doing a program um this month every Monday from 10 to 12. It's called Morning Buzz, and I'm asking the community, if you're available from 10 to 12, come over to the library, meet with me, sit, chat. We're going to offer coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. You can bring a snack if you have to or whatever. And I just want to have it as a networking, social, you know, I haven't been at Newark long, but from what I have tell, there's you could distinguish a lot of different classes. And I want to bring people together when you're at the library. No one is anything, we're all the same. We're all people when you're in the library. And I want people to come and be able to mesh and meet and, just talk. So if anybody can, local business owners, community members, if you haven't met me yet, come by so I can meet you. um so yeah.
Great,
So
great.
my thing is I want to try to get the library involved with the community as much as possible. I mean, we do have our limitations due to we have like a circulation desk is where you come and check out books. So
Yep.
we have desks that needs to be occupied so that way we can provide, customer service. So sometimes our schedule is tight. We can't really get out that much. But as soon as I get myself really settled with the administrator part, everybody would definitely see more of me because I like to be out in the community. I like meeting people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So your program one more time. Your program that you're trying to get people to come out is Morning Buzz. And when does it happen again?
It's gonna be every Monday this month, except for the day that we're closed due to a federal holiday, and it's from 10 to 12.
Monday 10 to 12. All right, every Monday 10 to 12 when the library is open. Come on out and join Miss Tanya Taylor, Director Tanya Taylor of the Newark Public Library, and sit down and have some coffee, which I like that. I like that theme, coffee, morning coffee. All right,
Yeah.
come down, have some morning coffee, and talk about whatever's on your heart at that moment. And enjoy this time to get to meet the people who run things. And listen, I want to say this to all those watching. This is very important. We always talk about the leaders not being visible and not doing. This is a leader of something that's on our tax bill. That's on our tax bill. All right. Come on out and meet her. She said, I want to meet you. I want to see. I want to hear your voice. Don't sit at home and get behind the computer and say, I don't want. Or ain't nobody trying to meet me. No, come on to the library on Monday mornings, 10 to 12, and participate in the morning buzz with the director of Newark Public Library. All right.
And
Let
James,
me,
I just wanted to touch on a couple more things, and I know I want to on something that you definitely had asked me about, but also I just wanted to put out there before Newark, when they did adult programs, it was always a cost for it. We no longer charging for program fees, so it's free for any and everybody. So if you do see something advertised, it is free. You can come. Just it may have registration. And then I know you asked me the question of what we're doing for the youth. And
yes.
I have a question for you
Okay.
because my head of youth services, he's offering a lot of teen programs. He's trying to offer a lot of more programs to the community, and he's going to be working with the extended day
Uh
program.
huh. Yep.
Um, I didn't get a chance to ask him, but what exactly is that?
Well, I can't speak to it in totality. Well, it's basically making the school day or different types of activities at the end of after school dismisses at 2:30, and it goes like I think it's like 3 to 5 or something like that. Maybe it may be. Don't quote me on the time, y'all, because I'm not involved in that program. I know what it is, but I'm not. I'm just not. I got my plate is so wide and so overflowing already. Certain things I have to know how to say no to. People don't believe I say that, but I do say no a lot. Um, but no, it's actually where they got programs after school. It's a way to give young people something to do instead of being out and getting into trouble and all that kind of stuff, and still be engaging adults. Um, they do last. I think they did it in Newark in the middle school. Over the last, because when I went into work, they had these numbers all over. They played some type of scavenger hunt program or something at the school. Um, but there's all types of stuff like that after school to 5.
Yeah, so according to what he's doing right now, he's trying to work with the school district or the schools to have an extended program at the library.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Okay.
that'll be coming soon once they get that all together.
Okay. And I got to rewind just a little bit because you said something that's so important to not only me, but I think everybody that's watching or will watch this. Free,
Yes, free,
free services at the library.
free programs at the library.
Oh, I stand corrected. Free programs.
I,
Listen.
when you say services now, services is like if you're using a printer or have to use the computer to print something. And
Oh,
that's sorry, my dog. That's a fee, but programs are free now. Sorry,
oh,
sorry, dog.
you gonna start my dogs up in a minute now. Shh, tell them to be quiet.
Little dog, big, barks. So
Oh no, I got big dogs, big barks. But that's great. That's great. I'm excited to hear that. That's a real huge shift. So because a lot of times families in this area we couldn't do things because it's just you couldn't afford it. One last thing I want before I want to let you go in a minute, but I want to make sure that not only are you telling the community what you're going to be providing for them, what do you need from us?
um basically I need people to have open mind, people who are willing to try to be a community partner, people who are really interested in growing the community, becoming better, pretty
Okay.
much. Because you have people who want to do stuff, but it's like closed mind. There's like, oh, I want to do this for the community, but it's me who wants to do it. I don't want to work with anyone. I need people who are saying, hey, let's do this, Tanya. What do you want to do? And we can brainstorm and kind of like see what's going on, because I mean there's so much that we can do and not overlap doing the same thing and not like being competitive. We can all like work together and have things that like the youth are able to do from the time they get out of school to the time they have to go home or on the weekends. So, I mean, I'm just putting it out there like I'm open minded. I love to work with people, I love to collaborate. So, I want to work with people who are willing to do the same.
Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. Listen, listen. Welcome, 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 welcome. That's all I gotta say is welcome. Because I'm gonna be in the library. I've been I came to Newark. True story. I came to Newark in sixth grade.
Okay.
All right, and I wasn't in Newark the whole time. I was back and forth. I moved around a lot, but my first time ever living in Newark was in sixth grade, and the library, it changed a lot. And there's there's a breath of fresh air that I'm hearing right here. I'm feeling a breath of fresh air. I'm hearing something different, something new. And I want to thank you for not just coming on our show, but for bringing that fresh air, bringing that thing that's needed, and um continuing some of the things that we do have, correct, and
Hmm.
just buffing them up and adding some new things to it.
Yep.
Um, what one thing? Is there? I want to close that because that was such a good thing you said. I said, what can she say more than that? That's all. Okay, goodbye. You said enough. But I
Nice.
want, yeah. Listen, is there an area that people need to see in the library, and then you can click off after you say that? Is there one area you want to see people visit more, or no?
You mean any particular part of the
Yeah,
library?
yeah.
Um, I would say the whole library is wonderful, but the one thing I would have to say for you, for me, not being a person from Newark, and I don't know, I think I was like living underneath a rock. I did not know they had a clock museum.
I had that written down on my paper.
When I had went for my interview, I was like so like in awe. So I mean, it may be people that live in Newark that never came to the library that don't know. There's a clock museum. It's called the Hoffman Clock Museum, and it is beautiful. I mean, it's I don't know, it's really, it's just, I you have to go in there to actually feel it. And even if you're not I'm not a clock person, but you just get this you get this feeling like you may like a reminder of your grandparents house or someone's house, because one of those clocks in there will remind you of someone or something. So I would just say check that out, but check out the rest of the library. I mean, we have a lot of stuff going on. I have a pillar of like programs that we have to go around because we just got so many programs we're offering.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Miss Director Tanya Taylor of the Newark Public Library. The breath of fresh air. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the work you're doing. What I can see is going to be a lot of great work. And anytime you want to come on, you got something you want to say. Um, here we have a home for you at Wayne MBK. Come on in, and I hope to see you at our Unity Festival, because we're gonna be. I'll talk to you more about our Unity
Yeah,
Festival.
let me know about that.
Yes, we're gonna talk more about that because I want you to be a part of that. All right, it's gonna be June. It's gonna be on Juneteenth.
Oh,
Yes, in Perkins Park. In
okay.
Perkins Park. All right, we'll talk more about it. But listen,
All
thank
right.
you so much. I know you got something you gotta do, and I don't want to. I want to respect your time. And
Thank
let me see here. I gotta get you off of this.
All right.
My
Well, thank
mouse
you
just
for
died.
asking, James. This was a different. This is my first time being on the podcast, so thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hold on one second there, Tanya. One second. I want to say goodbye to everybody. One second here. Everybody, listen. I'm going to bounce. This was great. I got to talk to Tanya some more. And y'all have a great one. And I'll see y'all during the week or next weekend. Peace, y'all. Be great.